and with the speech title, The Secret for Longevity, Play Less Shots.
Cheers. Thank you. So welcome Toastmasters. Today evening we're going to talk about an interesting analogy between cricket and life. Like in any game, cricket offers invaluable lessons for our lives. I've been playing since childhood and there are plenty that I've learned from that game. As you see, this is not a physics class. I'll not be boring you with variables and metrics. But still I need to touch on velocity, distance, time and angle invariably. So cricket is very simple when it comes to the structure. You see, there are two people who are at a constant tussle all the time, the bowler and the batsman. The bowler's job is to come running towards the batsman and stretches the arm and throws the ball, only to trouble the batter. And the batter, we call it batsman, so don't be offended please. So a batter is ready with his kit, and with the bat, he's got the protective gear and the wicket to defend. And he's going to just hit the ball anywhere he likes, depends on his expertise and depends on how much he read well the pitch and the bowler. So it is like a movie with two characters, as simple as that. So you see the bowler is throwing the ball at a velocity which is going to bounce and produce a different velocity. That means the batter at any point of time is not sure where the ball will be landing, whether it will come to the knee high or waist high or neck high or to the head high. It could go even above the head. Those are variations. So when a bowler is coming to the batter and throwing the ball in the middle of the pitch, hits the middle of the pitch, his aim is to throw the ball above the head of the batter. This is to trouble the batsman, which is called the most lethal weapon in cricket. And I'm going to walk you through this kind of bowling bounce and what it does to the batsman, and then draw an analogy to life with respect to bounce. Hopefully you can see. Yeah. So often in lives and career and project, wherever you walk into a room full of people, sometimes a consortium of entrepreneurship or entrepreneurs, you see all kind of tricky personalities. The tricky personalities, what makes them more interesting is that there are dictators, I know everything, or you just listen to me, and there are yes people who suffer, and there are no people who give suffering to others. But what makes them more interesting is that they're like the bowlers. The bowlers always come at a speed and throw the ball and hit the batsman, and all they want is the batter to lose the grip and the confidence and not to score runs. Likewise in real life, all these tricky personalities, when they walk into your life, they appear to be very normal. They don't reveal the characters, they don't reveal their own sense or own skin. But given a moment, given a situation where they have to make decisions, given a discomforting scenario, they reveal the characters. But then there is a degree of complexity. Sometimes even those tricky personalities don't know what they're going to transform into. So that makes it interesting. But then on the other hand, for this session, I want you to imagine yourself as batters. So we are batters. We can score runs. So as a batter, depends on where the ball is pitching. As I explained before, the bouncer, it can be a short pitched, good length, full pitched, all kind of balls possible. Depends on where the ball is landing and where the batsman is going to receive the ball. And now, the batsman, like we are the batters, we have reservoir of emotions to respond to the bowler. So it's not the people who are tricky. We also have on our side the kind of emotions. We can choose to be enthusiastic, anxious, uneasy, gloomy, relaxed. It's all up to us actually. But then as you see, like the tussle between bowler and batsman, the tussle in life is between always the type of emotions you have, the room or the reservoir full of emotions, versus the tricky personalities. So given a moment you face a particular person like a dictator, you would choose a particular emotion, and so on, so on, and so on. But in the next two slides, I'm going to talk about a phenomenon which is the main theme of this topic. As you see two pictures, they're telling a story, and I want somebody to guess and say, what's the starting difference between them? Anybody?
Whether you take the hit or you
Perfect.
defend it.
There we go. You simplified this. I can just switch off. The person on the left-hand side has not read the ball properly. That means he was not sure whether it was going to be a bouncer. So among all the kind of entries that you saw before in the previous slide, he did not read that it was going to be a bouncer. He was probably expecting a full pitch or a yorker or a good length, but not a bouncer. That means he did not have a right answer. And in the event of doing that, he's getting hit. But on the right hand side, you see a batsman, we call it the wall. Indians know that. because of his sheer grit and determination, you see, he's creating a clear gap between the bat, the toe end of the bat, and the ball and the helmet. It's almost going like this down on one knee, creating a virtual triangle between all three components involved in the game. It's a conscious act. It's a conscious act, so that he can stay in the crease and escape this bouncer. So he knew that it was going to be a bouncer. Not only he knew that, he also knew that he has to choose a particular shape to escape everything. So not even giving a margin of error for the bowler to take his wicket. Now, what the stats say is that in career, when you say a batter is there to hit the balls, he has to score runs freely. When there is a bowler coming, he has to take the wicket of the batter. But then I said, play less shots. How does it make sense really? No, we have to play more shots to score more runs. Why should we play less shots? As you see the stats, the threatening bowlers of all time say that this is the guy I showed on the right hand side of the previous slide, is the guy who chose not to play many shots. And in the event of not playing many shots and knowing how to leave the balls, he made lesser mistakes compared to any batsman in the history of the game. And in 200 years of Test cricket, he's the one who faced more number of balls. So to be able to survive, to have a longer span in life, to deal with the tricky personalities, it's not about choosing the emotions. You may be very good in choosing the emotions. You may be very good in dealing with the fight or flight situation. But what's more interesting is to learn to let it go. And the earlier that you read the tricky personality, even they don't know, ironically, that they're going to be tricky in certain moments, that is better for you. So the wrap up here is that you learn to let it go, and then you can revisit the scene like a crime scene and solve it.